Muscle Car Corner, bringing you a little bit peek inside to this Florida Air Museum today. These fine gentlemen are helping everybody out, and it's my first time in here, so I thought I would come on in and see what we got. A little bit different from muscle cars, but still got motors, and that's all that counts. General Electric TF34. Quite a motor. Gift shop, and then there's the went through the wrong door. And here we are. These little planes are work of arts. I don't trust them. If it doesn't say Delta on it, I'm not going to be on it. Never forget the guy I worked for took me out in his biplane and took me out over the ocean and proceeded to go up as high as that thing would go until it stopped, and then just let it roll and went straight down. It scared the heck out of me. I'll never get in another little airplane in my life. You couldn't pay me to do it. But beautiful little pieces of art. This is a 1934 Aeronautica LB. This Ohio-based company, 1928 to 1951. Cruising speed 105 mile an hour, max speed 120. And it's a 1934. One, two, three, four, 5-cylinder in this little plane. Beautiful workmanship on these. Just amazing. That woodwork. Very cool aerodynamic little plane for 1934. You couldn't pay me to get on one of those. Wow. Beautiful model. St. Petersburg, Tampa Airboat Line, 1914. That's cool. remnants of a plane they used for testing with NOAA, I guess. Or it just shows everything inside the cockpit. Wow. Red Baron. Curtis Wright CW 16E, built in 1929. Trainer aircraft. I've rode one of these. That's one that Steve Searle has got, a friend of mine, and he took me out over the ocean and just run this thing up as high as it would go till the motor stopped, and then he just let it roll on down. And I saw things moving and clacking and homemade plane. I thought my life was in jeopardy, but he got me home safe. Thank you for that, Steve. I'll never forget that ride. And I'll never get in another plane with you or anybody else in one of these little things. So, that being said, I like looking at them, but I'm not going to be in them. I'm an old school muscle guy. If it ain't a muscle car or dirt bike or something fast, I don't care to be in it. I don't need to be in a plane. A Ford 5 replica. Oh, that's pretty cool. 1926. On loan. I grew up in Florida. I was at Kennedy Space Center in the late 60s and 70s and saw a lot of the big launches. And never forget that as a kid, seeing my first launch. We were on a houseboat only about a mile and a half from the launch pad. And the thing didn't go off till like 1 o'clock at night. And I mean, it was amazing to see that close and to feel the fury of those motors. Never forget it as a kid. I've always had a little bit of interest in aerospace, and living in Florida and seeing as many launches as we have and many times as I've been to Cape Kennedy. Oh, wow, that's cool. A Pitts Special. A 1983. Made to look like an old plane, but it's a newer plane. Florida Aviation Hall of Fame. Man. Biplane replica created in 1913. Man. I bet you this thing flops around like crazy. These are scary little homemade airplanes. You had to be pretty adventurous back in the day to go out on these things. JF Kennedy. A lot of work building that. Old Howard Hughes. Amazing man. Around the world in less than 4 days. The man, the myth, the legend. Wow. Original newspaper article. New York World Telegram. Howard Hughes home. Around the world in 3 days and 19 hours. Wow. That's unbelievable stuff. On to some more of this history of planes. Little Rocket Racer. Ever heard about that race? 5,500-mile All-American Derby, starting with only 18 pilots and 10 would complete the race. This one won at average of 127 mile an hour and reached speeds of 200. That is crazy to think that we were doing 200 in that little thing. That's just wild. I don't know what kind of motor that is. It's a 4-cylinder, 4 exhaust pipes on it. Pilot Joe Arnold. This thing's amazing. All right, I'm going to do a couple short videos on some of these, and I'm going to cut this off at about 16 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Come by this museum and take a look at it. I'd definitely recommend it. It's got a lot to look at. I'm not that big of an airplane guy, so if it was muscle cars, I'd be here for the whole day, but it's good stuff. Muscle Car Corner signing out. Some airplanes for you guys. Enjoy. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate y'all.